Libra, hi, how are you? This is Lisa, and I'm coming in to do a general reading for July 2022 for the sign of Libra. It's only general, it's not gonna resonate with everybody, but take what does, leave what doesn't. And if you enjoy the reading, you can give me a thumbs up, subscribe, write me a comment, I'd love to hear from you. I wanted to thank all of you guys who popped in to see me. I hope you enjoyed it and you'll come back. And also for all my subscribers, I do appreciate the support. It means a lot. All right, let's see if we can get right down to it for Libra, July 2022. Okay. Okay, we got the Six of Staffs and the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Coins, the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Staffs. And the next row is the Chariot, the Knight of Coins, the Nine of Cups, and the King of Cups. All right, let's just see what we can find out from this. I'll clarify with another deck, and at the end I'll pull an oracle card, okay? It seems like probably very recently you might have been recognized for something that you did, possibly at work, it could be at home in your social group, but where you're recognized for doing something that maybe they didn't think you would be able to get done, or you knew you could get it done, and so they're acknowledging that you have actually been able to do that. So they're noticing you. They're noticing different situations that you've, been able to go full throttle and, do that little extra instead of, just doing the regular routine stuff, and you're actually able to go the extra mile sometimes. And it looks good. It's like they're noticing that. Because it looks like the theme for your month it's like the Wheel of Fortune. And that is where because we're always on a cycle. Somewhere in the world, in our lives, we're always on a cycle. It could be a yearly one, a weekly one, it doesn't even matter. But basically, with this Wheel of Fortune, it's a karmic cycle. So what you're putting out in the world is what's going to come back to you. And we always try to be the best that we can, so we're receiving back the good, or at least that's the idea. So it feels like you are on this cycle right now in July. I don't know how long it's going to last, but hopefully with this recognition and, having the cycle being kind of like the theme of your month, that it might be a very, very changing type of feeling. Like there might be some things that haven't been going right, and then all of a sudden they are. And because you put out extra efforts, so you're getting back the extra efforts, maybe from other situations, other people. So like you're feeling that give back for your effort. Okay. All right, so now the next one is the Queen of Coins. Now, she's very grounded, she's very stable, male or female, that doesn't matter. This is somebody that you would actually be able to know that they know what they have to do, they'll get it done. They're not going to show off hard work. They're not going to be like, oh, I'm too good for that. Those aren't that type of people. So if this is somebody you already know that this is somebody that you can count on to be where they need to be and not have to have a hassle out of it. Now, if this is a key goal for you, this possibly might be the feeling that you would like to have. Whereas we already know you work hard. We already know you know how to do what you need to do. But maybe actually being confident enough to know that you're going to be able to continue doing what you're doing and still see the fruits of your labor. Like you can be generous with yourself, you can be generous with other people, and you don't have to worry about, the ins and outs of like little bits of money here and there. Like it's not something that you're going to be sitting on anymore. Because it might have been something that you have been for a while. And maybe just recently, again, with this cycle change, it's almost like all of a sudden, maybe I don't really have to feel like that anymore. Maybe I can actually rest up. I can relax from that. I don't have to be that person. Very, it's not like it's a bad thing to be, but, you're very, if you end up being really frugal and you're really like penny pinching and counting dimes and, all that stuff, maybe you feeling like you can actually have that as a goal, not to be that anymore. Because you work hard, you know that you're going to be able to get things done. So now maybe if other people are realizing that, then you don't have to be that concerned about the money that's going out, like, because you always know it's going to be coming in. Now this Two of Swords energy. This is like a decision that you're going to have to make, and you don't want to use a lot of emotions to do it. You kind of like just want to get the facts. Like, you're not trying to hear what everybody else has to say about it. You're not trying to say, well, if they're going to feel this way or they're going to feel that way. No, you don't want to care about that. That is not something you need to care about. So I feel like you actually have to almost hurdle that idea, where you need to use your logic, your evidence, the information that you have, and not worry about what so-and-so might think or what they might think of you. That's not what you need to be thinking about right now. You actually have to think about you and what's going to be best for you and yours. When it's regards to your family or, your loved ones or anybody that's actually, under your wing, basically, that you're going to need to take care of. You can't worry about what other people are thinking or saying, or if you're hurting their feelings or whatever. That's something you're going to actually have to get over, because I feel like you might actually do that every now and then, where you're not trying to hurt anybody. So, you're just trying to be, the nice person and not do that. And at some point you're going to have to. It's going to be like, sorry, but, I got to think about my people. Now, the Nine of Staffs. This one is, this energy is about trying to, knowing that you know what to do. You know how to do it. You have everything you need to be able to redo things that you've done. Like, you're climbing up a hill and, whether you're going to have to do it or not, again, the ability to do it. Like, you have the ability to do it, and you have all the extra information and resources available to you to be able to handle whatever situation that this is. And if it seems to be something that's coming back all the time, you might just have to say, okay, well, I could do this. This I know I can do, so I'm not worried about that, because I know I can do it. Because this is to me, this is like a major accomplishment for you, because you have had to do this so many times. Have you ever seen this card in the traditional deck? It's like the Wounded Warrior. He's standing there, he's got broken and bruised, and he looks all beat up. But he's still standing, and he's going to do what he needs to do. And I feel like you've done that. You've done that continually. And so now you could actually admit to that you've done it, and that's an accomplishment for you. That you're, okay, yeah, you could throw whatever you want at me. I'm still going to be able to take care of what I need to take care of. Now we got this Chariot. Now he can actually, there's a lot of things about the Chariot. He's kind of, all right, we know that he's authority. He definitely has what he needs to get things done. But he's also where even though he is an authority, he's very controlled. He has a lot of willpower, and about success and determination. We know that. But this part is telling me that you need to avoid this, and actually can be about travel. So maybe there's some plans for you to be going into some kind of traveling or whatever, and it might not be the best time to do it. I don't know when it actually will be or when it wouldn't be, but they're saying to avoid it. Now, I don't know if this means, okay, avoid the control, avoid, being in control. Maybe that is a little bit of maybe that makes people a little shy off a little bit. So in whatever situation you're in, maybe you don't want to look or act like you're all that person, you're not in charge of everything. You don't have to be in charge of everything. So it might be that too, or you just need to not be in control for one situation or another. And like I said, I don't know. I don't think this is a forever thing. This is more maybe an instant part, like an instance in this month. Or, time tends to be fluid, so it could be, next month. But it's just definitely, there's an issue, there's an instance where you're not supposed to be in control. Now, again, it could be travel. It could be that, where you're not supposed to be traveling. With the summer, it could be very, heavy travel months. But I'm thinking it might just be for you to relax, to put the reins down for a little bit. You don't have to be that person. You don't have to be, all in control and authority and, maybe even like a little bossy. You don't have to be that. So this Knight of Coins, so this could be a person that you know, somebody in your environment. They might have an energy of being very stable and, they know what to do. They know how to do it. They just might be a little bit slower at it. Like, whereas you are kind of like, let's go. And they might be like, yeah, I can get there. I'm not very determined. And, they look at things the way you would expect them to. But they might be a little on the less impetuous side. They might just be like, we want to take our time. Okay, we're going to take our time. Now this is, and that if it's somebody that you might be aware of who it is. But it also can be just like a situation where something's on its way out to you. And if it is anything as far as, if there's money coming out to you or if there's just good things going to be happening in work, in life, it's just going to take a little bit longer. Because the Knight of Coins, he just takes longer. I mean, all the other ones are very, like, what's that, sweet-footed? Something footed. Swift-footed. Okay. All those other horses, they're like, they're gone. They're ready. And the Knight of Coins, they're very stable. They're sturdy, but they take a little bit longer than most people would like. Because it's always going to be there. It's always going to be reliable, but it's got a time frame going on. It's just like, you might be like, okay, hold it, hurry up. But so that'll be, if you know that situation, again, or that person, and there's no point in rushing them because they're going to do it as they see to do it, and they'll get there eventually. Now, this Knight of Cups, this is like all about having like wishes come true. It's like a very, that what you have in your home, in your life, and you have that. And I feel like if you were looking for support in any situation, this is where you would find it. This is in your home life. This is in your love life, your romance, your friends, your family. That's where you would find support. So if you were looking for anything because, maybe something didn't go right somewhere along the line and you needed to be able to talk to somebody or just have somebody listen to you, that's where you would go. It's totally all about your family and your loved ones. You're very comfortable, like, in that situation. They're the ones that know things about you. They know your deeps and darks, and they love you anyway. And it's just, that's where you would be able to go for that kind of support. Now, if you were going to go to somebody for advice, it's this King of Cups energy. Now, this could be somebody who is very mature, they're very stable, and they're very strong. They try not to be very emotional, and they can try to balance out their mind and their heart in certain situations. So if they need to tell you something, they're not going to be afraid to hurt your feelings, but they're also not going to be afraid to engage with you in that way. Like, so if you needed a soft shoulder, they're there. And, even though they wouldn't be hard on you because they're not all up in their head. It's not like that, but they'll be a softer, like if they were going to make any kind of judgment on what you were needing the advice on or what you needed to be told, they would not have a problem telling you. It might just, they'll soften it. It won't be like a quick hard blow. Like every time I think of like the King of Wands, no, really, it's the King of Swords. I just feel like he's going to just tell you. And, whether it hurts or not, oh well. But the King of Cups isn't like that. I feel like if he does have to tell you something, or she, if it's he or she, does have to say something to you, it'll be softer. They'll get their point across, but it'll be very softer about it. All right, let's see. All right, so let's see if we can clarify, find anything else about this. I'm all paranoid. I tried to do these last night, and nothing worked on my camera. And like shut off half the way through. I'm like, okay, I'm done. As you get to the point you can't do them anymore because it doesn't want you to. All right, so what have we got for the Six of Staffs? The Six of Staffs for Libra. All right, we got the Empress. All right, so it looks like in that feeling, it's like, all right, so whatever it is that you did that you were getting all this recognition for, you're growing something that you want to nurture and to be. You want to make something grow and be big, and I feel like you want to put out the effort to do that. Now, honestly, with her, I mean, she is all about nurturing things and bringing things to fruition. It is possible, though, you could, if I'm not saying it's definitely you, I'm not saying it's, but maybe you heard of somebody being pregnant, somebody's expecting a child. So it might be something like that, too. Might have something in that realm around it, too. All right, so what about this Wheel of Fortune? What do we got this Wheel of Fortune for people? Oops. All right. Well, we got the Seven of Wands. Well, that makes sense. And this is pretty much, why can't I ever do that? There you go. Seven of Wands is, all right, you're being challenged to a point where you have to defend something. You know you're going to have to, make your truth known, and you're going to have to defend against something that's not, maybe you, how do I put this? Okay, it might not be something that, you're out shouting about or whatever like that, but maybe just in small conversations here and there, you might have to defend how you feel about something, or, you're being questioned on how you feel, and if they think it's, like, logical for you to feel that way. So you might feel like you need to have, some of your opinions known. And honestly, if it's at work, it's the same kind of situation. You might have to, like, let the boss man know, hey, dude, if I did this, you don't have to get on me about that. In that sense. Queen of Coins. Oh, she got the Chariot too. All right, again, all about authority and control and willpower. And that's something, if you were really, really, if you were like that at work, I'm sure that would be, you got like the Employee of the Month coming at you. Again, it could be travel, but it doesn't have to be. But I just feel like that's something that you have a very strong feeling towards because of how you've been working and being able to feel like this Queen of Coins where, okay, I can take care of myself, I can take care of others, I can be generous with things, I don't have to be too frugal. And I feel like that is giving you that feeling of, being able to have the authority and and being in control of situations. Okay, Two of Swords. Very nice. All right, so you got the World, that Two of Swords. And where you were going to, like, not try to, when you wanted to make decisions based on logic and facts and not using emotions. And this World coming in, it's almost like it's like a completion to a cycle. Like, you might decide. So if you had a cycle going here with this Wheel of Fortune and then here, so I told you, cycles can be long, they can be short, and sometimes they are. Sometimes they pop up everywhere. So that's a completion to your cycle for that. It's almost like, all right, yeah, you were able to, be in control, be in authority, and then decide that you're going to make decisions based on logic and information, not just on how people are going to feel about it. And that might have actually put another cycle to an end, but it feels like a completion, like it feels like a wholeness, that you were able to work out something for you and, turned out to be a really good idea for everybody. And again, the World it's also travel again. So with the Chariot and the World, it might actually be a whole travel thing. Let's see, Nine of Staffs. All right, we got the Eight of Swords. So with this Nine of Staffs, all right, you've been all in for, being able to do something over and over again, knowing that it needs to be completed, and you're strong enough and you have enough experience to do it. And you're not even derailed by that, I don't think. It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to do this because I have. But this might be like a mental stuck. Like maybe at some point you felt like, well, almost like I'm tired of doing it. And you're trying to think of a way to get past it. Like, why does it keep happening? What do I have to do to get out of it? So maybe your brain's kind of like thinking, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing in my life that's causing the same thing to happen over and over again? And what do I have to try to stop? So I think because you get to that point where you're feeling like this stuck, like you're afraid to move, or you're afraid to make a movement, Like with her, she doesn't see anything, so she doesn't know. She doesn't know what she's surrounded by, and she doesn't want to walk into something that's going to hurt her. And I feel like that's just maybe your feelings of, I don't want to do something wrong. If I try to stop whatever this Nine of Staffs is, is kind of like showing me what it is, you don't want to stop it but not make the right decision to do that. So I feel like you might be a little bit stuck on that. And you just got to figure you can't, I don't want to say that because it's possible, but I think if you think about it real hard, you won't do something that's going to be like non-reversible. But sometimes you got to take chances. All right. And for the Chariot, we got the Ten of Pentacles. Very nice. All right, well, we know that one. That is all about having a legacy or having something passed down to your family. Something to know you're going to have something that's going to come into you. It could be a giant win. It could be something like that, where a bunch of money comes into you at one time. But it also has the feeling of it's going to be there all the time. Maybe not like a huge windfall, but just because of the energies that you have here, it's probably going to be something that's going to just keep coming in because you're going to keep working for it. You have a business and you're going to keep getting something back from it. And that's where that Ten of Pentacles feels like it's just like something that you're going to have to be able to depend on for as long as time, as long as things go. As long as you continue doing what you're doing, you should be able to depend on it. So what about this Knight of Coins? Oh, the Sun. All right, well, that's okay. Now if this Sun is coming up over, say this Knight of Coins is a person that you know, if the sun is coming up right over them, and I'm thinking, okay, well, who would that be? Is that like somebody younger than you? Possibly. It doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be somebody who's a peer, it's just not older than you. And it's somebody that they are doing fine, even though what they might be doing is a little bit slower or a little bit more determined, but they're going at their own speed, and they're not really the kind that are going to be rushed. Whatever it is that they're doing is going to be fine. Like they can handle that. They're doing it their way, and it's going to be all right. Now, this is a situation that you were waiting for to be so slow, and because it has to build up, and it's not going to happen right away because we ain't all going out there winning the lottery. Something that's coming to you might actually be a little bit slower, but when it finally gets here, it's going to make things a lot better and a lot different, and you won't have to worry about, being stuck in certain situations or having to be frugal and, all that penny counting. So what about this Nine of Cups? Page of Swords. All right, well, being the Nine of Cups, this love and belonging and everything that you feel good about, the Page of Swords can actually represent an inspiration. I mean, it could definitely have, an idea that you have that you want to, maybe bounce off those people. You trust them, you trust their opinion, and you know that they will accept it, whether they're going to tell you one way or the other, if it's a good one. But, so that might be an idea that you have. But it also could be about some delayed news. So maybe, even though this seems to be doing all right, there might be some more news that you're looking for and it's just not coming. So, but I feel like it feels more like the inspiration. I just feel like you have a lot of ideas and you want to bounce them off somebody. And maybe that's why when you're looking for advice, you go to this King of Cups energy. Again, not male or female, that doesn't matter. I feel like you might have an idea that you want to bounce off people that you trust to, to support you in a certain situation. And and you got this Nine of Cups again. And I feel like, so whoever this person is that you would be able to go to for support or advice, it's probably part of your family also. I feel like they are. Or if they're not actual blood family, they're family. To you, they're family. Whether they're friends or, anybody that you would consider that close. So it doesn't necessarily have to be blood, but it's definitely family to you. All right, wow, this looks really good. I like this. All right, so let's see if we can pull one of these arrows. These are cool. These are like, They're called prism oracles, and it's basically the colors of your aura, or your feelings, and how they might be reflecting like from you. So maybe this will pick up something about this month for Libra. And yeah, if I don't, usually they come out pretty obvious, but if they don't, I'll grab the book. Oops. Okay. Anger. Well, geez, people. Let me pull another one. And confidence. Interesting. Well, I guess I get the confidence. Yeah, because you got confidence for days. You can just tell that from right here. But the anger, I'm not real sure exactly, unless there's a reason why you're angry based on, I mean, it could be work, could be, or when like you had to maybe not act like you were in authority for something, so maybe that set you off a little bit. And I know it seems like it takes a long time, but I'll try to hurry. All right, anger. This card represents an acknowledgement that anger is a natural part of life. It's okay to feel angry. But what can you do with the intense amount of energy that comes with it? How can you transform anger into something helpful for yourself and others? Okay, well, I get that now. All right, so basically use this confidence that you have and take whatever anger you might have and transform it into something that probably will, is going to give you lots of energy and lots of determination, and you already have so much of that. So I feel like if you did that, you'd be flying. All right. Okay, guys, I hope you really enjoyed it. I actually did. Write me a comment and let me know how it goes, if it resonated with you at all. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will be talking to you again in August. Thank you. Take care.